This is Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Our guest today is Tom Brewer, member of the Torrance City Council. And sir, I know many people who move to Torrance for the schools.
They do. That's one of the top reasons they move. If you look at all the surveys, schools are the number one reason, and the other reason is it's a safe city. But schools are number one.
And so we know that Proposition 30 passed, and that's probably good for schools throughout the state of California. But specifically in Torrance, like many cities, there is an effort to be, I don't know if the word self-reliant, I mean that has a whole bunch of connotations attached, but to fund itself. And so talk to us about the Torrance Education Foundation.
Well, the Torrance Education Foundation was founded 20 years ago because we've had similar situations over the last 2 decades where Sacramento's cutting the funding to schools, and they look for other ways to raise money, and the Education Foundation was founded to bring more money into the schools to help the kids.
And so how have you raised, God, $4 million in these tough economic times?
Well, you know, that was raised over 20 years, and
Still,
it sounds good.
Whatever it is, I mean, it's not easy to raise money for a small school district.
Well, we get the parents involved, and one of the things, I'm the president of the Education Foundation
Well, that's
now.
not good. Just kidding. No, keep going.
But we're trying to raise more money this time around. We've hired an executive director, and we want to raise $1 million to $2 million a year in the next couple of years.
So you're really looking to turn up the volume, to ramp it up.
We are.
How many schools are in Torrance Unified? Or Torrance, is it a unified district within the city limits?
It's a district all by itself.
Got it.
And it's got 30 schools, 4 high schools, middle schools, elementary schools. And so we were founded in 1947. We were the last school district that actually broke away from LA Unified.
Oh my, who knew? I had no idea. So what do you want to do with the funding that you presumably will bring in?
Well, we're looking to fund STEM programs, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. And that's a program that we can reach all the way down to elementary school because, you know, there just aren't enough scientists coming through. And I'm one, and I know that we need to have more people going into science and math.
I want to ask you about the recent election. I hope it's okay.
Absolutely.
I know that you are a member of the Republican Central Committee in California. And I think it's fair to say the Republicans did not have a great day, especially in California. Proposition 30 passed, Prop 32 did not pass. Those were 2 initiatives the Republicans were looking at. The Assembly and the Senate are now 2/3 majority Democratic. Where do you see the future of your party given the drubbing it took?
Well, I really think we need to get back more to the center. I mean, most of the people in California are moderates, and I think the Democratic Party has played that very well. I think there are some issues, especially pro-choice, that we need to, which I am, and I think we need to look at making that part of our plank. We haven't adopted that, and I hope we do, because you know, the majority of the people in California are women.
And that's everywhere. I mean, there are more women in the world than men.
Yes.
But let's talk about demography, because we saw that the Obama coalition was quite strong with individuals of color, African Americans 90% plus for Obama, Hispanics, Asian Jews over 70% for Obama. That's a powerful coalition.
You know, the Republican Party really just hasn't reached into the newer voters like the Democrats have. We've relied on the old staunch voters, which is primarily white male. We did well with that, but we really haven't reached out enough to broaden the base for the Republican Party, and I think that's something we really need to do. Otherwise, you know, the Republicans are going to be irrelevant. I mean, they are in California already.
Which is shocking when you think about the fact that California gave us Ronald Reagan. I mean, he was the governor of the state. The first George Bush won California. I mean, California has not been a blue state for generations.
No, it hasn't. It's just been in the later part of my lifetime that it has. And I truly think that's because we're relying on the old principles that were there decades ago.
Are party leaders listening to you?
Well, if they were, we might have done better in this last election.
Well, what about as we look forward?
I hope they do.
Okay. His name is Tom Brewer. He is a council member in the beautiful city of Torrance. My name is Brad Pomerance. We thank you for watching Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.